Blazing on the track, boy.
Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. My name's Jazz, or Guts as you may all know, and today in my video I'll be talking about my top 10 shonen anime. Now, so let's start the list. At the very bottom I have My Hero Academia. Now, we've all heard of My Hero Academia. It's probably the most successful series being released in the new gen. Here's a quick synopsis. Izuku Midoriya is born without powers in a world where 80% of the populations have powers called quirks, which means he's in the minority of 20% who don't have any powers. He wants to become the #1 hero even though he has no powers, and through that goal he meets All Might, who does have powers. He also has a power to hand down his power to other people. So through that power, he gives Deku, or Midoriya, he gives Deku his own powers, which is one for all. After Deku inherits his power, he wishes to become the top hero, and now with that power it seems possible. This series has a great main cast, backed by some amazing side characters like Todoroki, Bakugo, All Might. It has one of the best villains on this list actually, which is Shigaraki, and some of the best soundtracks I have ever heard out of a shonen anime. Now, let's move on to the next. The next anime I put on the list is Mob Psycho 100. The first season is about an 8th grader named Shigeo Kageyama, or Mob for short. It's about him going around fighting spirits under Reagan, his master, in the hope that he can release them into heaven by exorcism. It follows him as he goes around, and his explosion potential rises every fight that he goes through, till he finally bursts with emotions and psychic ability. The second season is about Mob realizing he doesn't need the help of Reagan to live a fun life, and he starts doing his own thing. The series itself is amazing, from amazing visuals to great soundtrack to an extremely likable main character. I definitely recommend it. It also has amazing animation. Now, the next shonen on the list is actually a very old one that I watched back when I was in grade 8. It's called Katekyo Hitman Reborn, or just Hitman Reborn for short. It's about a kid named Tsuna, or Tsunayoshi Sawada. Unforeseen events becomes the new boss of a mafia group called the Vangala. Now, his teacher, known as Reborn, must train Tsuna to become a first-rate boss. It starts off slow, and Tsuna is just like your everyday shonen protagonists. He's a crybaby and is bad at school and talking to girls, but slowly through some development and newfound powers becomes one of the most badass main characters on this list. Also, I've seen in Shonen. Now, if you're new to anime, even you have heard about this show. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Currently there are 8 parts to JoJo's, but only 5 have been given an anime adaptation. This show basically follows the Joestar family in every part, starting with Jonathan Joestar and ending with Giorno Giovanna. It has the most unique power system I have ever seen, and actually is really enjoyable, especially the last 2 parts. Part 4 and Part 5. It also has stands. Now, the next show is probably the most well-known show in North America on this list. Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Naruto is about just that, Naruto. It follows the main character, whose name is Naruto Uzumaki, to his road to becoming Hokage. It comes in 2 parts, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I personally enjoyed Naruto way more than Shippuden, since Shippuden seemed more incomplete and was riddled with flaws and plot holes. But it was an enjoying series to watch as well. The music and soundtrack to this anime is probably the best one on this list. Now, if you call yourself an anime fan, you've definitely seen this anime. The anime I'm talking about is Death Note. Death Note is about a guy named Light Yagami, who finds a notebook that has the power to kill people based on their name. His goal is to rule using the notebook, and by killing criminals using the notebook. I honestly think it's an amazing anime to watch, especially because it has L, who is actually a great antagonist, and probably the best one I've seen out this list. The next one is another super well-known shonen, Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is about a boy named Gon Freeze, who wants to become a hunter so that he can find out more about his lost dad, who left him to become a hunter himself. He slowly makes new friends and they fight many battles together as Gon develops. This one easily has the best villain on this list, with Meruem being present. Meruem is my favorite shonen anime villain by far. Truly an amazing written antagonist. It also has Killua, Hisoka, Chrollo, and just a bunch of other great characters. Definitely recommend it. Now, this next anime is probably the most complete story out of all the animes on this list. It is called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This story is about two alchemist brothers who want to return their bodies back to normal after a devastating failed attempt of bringing their mother back from death. This series has an amazing start and finish and feels super refreshing when you finally finish it. It also has amazing openings and characters. I definitely recommend watching. Now this next anime is the one that went super mainstream a couple of years back. It's called Attack on Titan. Now Attack on Titan may just look like your average shonen, but there's actually a lot more going on underneath the surface. It's about a kid named Eren who sees his mother get eaten by a titan in the first episode. It turns out he has the ability to turn into a titan himself and wants to discover the secrets of the world. This one has the best openings I've seen on this list and an amazing soundtrack collection to back it up. In a couple years this will be seen as a masterpiece to people new to anime. Now for first place, I was originally gonna put Demon Slayer and then put a psych video or something funny, but then I realized I would ruin the first place. For my first place, it's One Piece. Now I've said this before and I'll say it again, One Piece is literally the god of shonen, having the largest fan base out of NA and a super loyal fan base at that. One Piece is the best anime on this list. If you haven't started One Piece yet, firstly, what are you even doing with your life? Go watch it. And secondly, here's a quick synopsis. One Piece follows the tales of Monkey D. Luffy, who wants to become the Pirate King. Now the Pirate King isn't actually the title like the Hokage or a hunter, but more as a statement to symbolize the person with the most freedom on earth. It has the best world building, characters, and just is the most overall fun to watch show on this list. Once the show ends, people will look back at it in the future as a piece of art, truly a masterpiece. Now that concludes my top 10 shonen. Here's a quick recap. Number 10 was My Hero Academia, number 9 was Mob Psycho 100, 8 was Katekyo Hitman Reborn, 7 was JoJo's, 6th was Naruto, 5th was Death Note, 4th was Hunter x Hunter, 3rd was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, 2nd was Attack on Titan, and 1st is One Piece. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments and I'll surely respond. Thank you for all the support, and have yourselves a good day.